England Patriots defense was up to task. And when it counted, the second half, overtime, they didn't even have to see the field. But in the second half, they showed up, they played big, and they put their team in a position to win.
Pierre, I sat in amazement during that entire game. Actually, I'm not even going to lie. Let me stop lying, man. I love football. I love all sports, all things sport. I didn't watch the Super Bowl from start to finish, man. I had a backup channel. My backup channel, Oxygen. Snapped Marathon.
Snap? Come on.
Snap Marathon.
You were watching Snap?
The marathon, man. Every Sunday. It's a marathon every Sunday, man. So that's my backup channel. Every time I'm watching a sporting event, Pete, I have to have a backup channel. So my backup channel today, it was Snapped. You know, that was my backup channel for the game because, you know, I need something to watch in between. I couldn't turn it to El Rey because it was Kung Fu Sunday on El Rey. But they had a weak lineup. I think it was the Brave Archer, Flying Guillotine, something like that. So I was, you know, I had to find another backup channel. So my backup channel was Oxygen, and it was Snapped, the Snapped Marathon, A1 television right there, my friends. So I didn't watch every single play in the Super Bowl. I watched the most important plays. And, you know, one of the most important plays was when... Actually, I'm not even going to get into it before we go to commercial break. I've been told that we need to take a commercial.
We're
halfway through the All Things Sport podcast.
Heck of a cliffhanger, my friend.
Yeah, we're jam-packed on the All Things Sport podcast, man. We're going to talk more after the break about the Super Bowl. We're also going to end the show with our segment that the listeners love. Bruh, for real, man. Pierre is here. I'm here as always. This is the Super Bowl LI edition. You're listening to the All Things Sport podcast on Spreaker Radio.
Thank you for listening to the All Things Sport podcast with Daimeon Banks and Pierre Banks. Be sure to check out the In My Humble YouTube channel for all your sporting needs.
What up? This is Pierre Banks, and when I'm back in Boone watching the Mountaineers, my first stop is always Mountaineer Mania. The good folks at Mountaineer Mania have the widest selection of app gear, so you can cheer on the Mountaineers in style. T-shirts, hats, hoodies, sweatshirts, decals, cornhole sets. I mean, if you need it, they've got it. So head on down to Mountaineer Mania at 497 West King Street in Boone and tell them I sent you.
The All Things Sport Podcast.
We go back like spinal cords and car seats.
With Daimeon Banks and Pierre Banks on Spreaker Radio.
Welcome back to the All Things Sport Podcast. I am your host, Daimeon Banks, alongside a friend of mine, a brother from the same mother. He's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir. Back in the building, man, and it feels so good, especially since Teflon Tom has cemented himself as the greatest quarterback to ever play the game of football. I love the San Francisco 49ers. I love Joe Montana, even though he traded on me in his later years and went to Kansas City. I've never held that against him. But Teflon Tom is the greatest to ever do it.
You don't love Joe Montana. Before we get into your backpedaling faster than Deion Sanders, let me let the listeners know that this portion of the All Things Sport podcast is brought to you by Triangle Entertainment Worldwide. Now, if you are an artist, a rapper, a singer, a gospel singer, a musician of any sort, a painter, you do poetry, whatever type of artistic type things that you do, Triangle Entertainment Worldwide can help you further your career. Triangle Entertainment Worldwide provides services such as video and photo shoot production, talent management consultation, label shopping, performance bookings, CD duplication and artwork, Reverb Nation services, logo designs, press kit creations, bio write-ups, legal services, radio placements, production placements, mixtape hostings, and a whole assortment of other services. If you need to contact Triangle Entertainment Worldwide, and if you think they can help you, call 704-774-6212 or visit the website www.te, that's in Tom Terrific, E as in E, worldwide.com. Tell them Sports by Daimeon sent you. All right, man. Now back to the podcast. Pierre, you were backpedaling faster than Deion when he was covering Jerry Rice, man.
By whatever do you
now,
mean?
Okay, again, congratulations to the Patriots. Super Bowl LI 51 winners over the Atlanta Falcons. Now, the discussion on Twitter before the game and also during the game and also after the game is that Tom Brady is now the GOAT. He is the greatest quarterback of all time. Now, I'm a San Francisco 49ers fan. There is nothing that anyone, including Tom Terrific Brady, can do that will make me dethrone my king, Joe Montana, and put the crown on the head of Giselle's husband. I can't do it. I won't do it.
Well, the fact of the matter is, Tom Terrific has the record for Super Bowls for a quarterback with 5 now. He now has set a Super Bowl record with 442 passing yards in a Super Bowl. Tom Terrific.
Different era. Wrong.
What do you mean?
Wrong.
He just set the record tonight.
Hey, man. Alternative facts. Wrong.
The man set the record tonight for passing yards. He's got the record for Super Bowl trophies as a quarterback.
So sad.
Tom Brady.
So sad. Alternative facts.
Before tonight, in my eyes, in my humble opinion, was the greatest quarterback to ever do it. Tonight cements that fact. And the way that he did it, coming back 25 down, no one has come back for more than 10 points down in a Super Bowl before tonight. Tom Brady engineered several drives to get his team back in it. Not only did he do that, but converted 2 2-point conversions to get his team their 5th Super Bowl, his franchise their 5th Super Bowl in 7 tries, in which he's been there all 7 times. There's not much you can argue.
He did his ting-ting. Oh, I'm not debating that Tom Brady has done his ting-ting.
That's Teflon Tom to you.
He did his ting-ting. He did his ting-ting tonight. I'm not debating that whatsoever. I'm not debating. I'm not saying that Tom Brady is the Tom Savage of the NFL. No disrespect to you, Tom Savage. Actually, yeah, it is disrespect to you, Tom Savage. But I'm not saying that Tom Brady is awful. Joe Montana is my guy. That's my quarterback. Joe Montana is my guy. And the 49ers are my team. Now, it's going to hurt my heart when Kyle Shanahan, reportedly is going to be the next head coach of the 49ers, replacing Chip Kelly. He's going to take his services to San Francisco. And, God forbid he, makes the play calling in the second, like he did in the second half of the Super Bowl. But I digress, man. Before we went to the break, Pierre, I wanted to, let what you give my humble on what I think was the turning point in that fourth quarter, man. It was late in the fourth quarter. The Atlanta Falcons, they're driving. Matt Ryan breaks the pocket, makes a beautiful throw to Julio Jones, an even better catch. And I said it on Twitter. I said, only a black dude named Julio can do something like that. A black man with a Hispanic name, only he can do all things. And, I'm thinking, okay, Atlanta, they blew their lead for the most part, but they're still up by 8. They're on the 22-yard line with about 4 or 5 minutes left in the game. Kick a field goal, go up by 11, make it ultra, super, super hard for the Patriots to tie that game. It's not enough time. But Kyle Shanahan, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what type of play calling you were calling. You get yourself out of field goal range. Tom Brady does what Tom Brady does. He deflates the football, drives the Patriots down the field, scores, 2-point conversion. We're going to overtime. Wins the coin toss. The Patriots get the ball. You know what's going to happen then. Super Bowl LI champions, New England Patriots, man. I can't believe it, man. Get him out of here.
Tom Terrific. And you know what? You were correct. I was wrong before when I said that Tom Brady set the passing yards record in a Super Bowl with 442 yards. Actually, he set the passing yards mark in the Super Bowl with 466 pass yards. Tom Brady is the best to ever play the quarterback position, coming down from 25 points down. His leading receiver was James White, the back out of the backfield. The Atlanta Falcons had a brilliant game plan to play man across the board, take away Julian Edelman, disrupt the routes of the New England Patriots. It was one time on one drive for the Patriots, the Falcons had about 4 or 5 holding penalties that continued New England drives. That was by design. They wanted to get into the chest of the Patriots receivers. They wanted to disrupt those timing routes, and they played it to perfection. What does Tom Brady do? He takes what the defense gives him. He utilizes his back out of the backfield. He sets a record for catches in the Super Bowl. He scores the game-winning touchdown, and New England, again, is the top of the football world. You can't say enough about Tom Terrific. You can't say enough about the hoodie, Bill Belichick, and all the adjustments he makes and the things that he does.
I forgot about that nickname.
To keep his teams at the top of the heat. And, you know, hats off to the Atlanta Falcons. They played a great ball game. You know, they didn't give the game away. They didn't do anything besides lose to a better team. You know, they thought they had the thing in the bag. Late in the fourth quarter, you saw Arthur Blank, and I don't know if that's his wife or who it was with him, doing a whole lot of shimmying, a whole lot of dancing in the press box. And
wouldn't
came
you
down
be doing
to
a
the
whole lot of
sideline
dancing
early.
if you're up 28-3? If you're the owner of the Atlanta Falcons, Pierre, and you're up 28-3 in the fourth quarter, you would be a little bit excited.
I don't know if I would shimmy.
You would have a little bit of excitement. Now, if I'm Arthur Blank, I'm going to expedite Kyle Shanahan's departure from Atlanta.
You can't blame it on anybody on the Falcons roster, man. That was all New England Patriots.
And in a damn hurry. I'm going to expedite the defensive coordinator. Well, actually, I mean, I don't know, man. It's tough right now. I mean, this is a knee-jerk reaction type of business, you know, that we're in with the sports media business. So, you know, we haven't had all the time in the world to analyze the game just off of what I was watching, man. I think that the defense, Atlanta's defense, you know, they really bogged down in the second half, didn't create that same pressure on Tom Brady that they did in the first half. And certainly Atlanta's offense got really conservative there in the second half, man. You know, a lot of 3 and outs, a lot of missed opportunities. And you know, New England took advantage of their opportunities, forced overtime. And you know, once they got the ball in overtime, what was going to happen? Everyone knew what was going to happen.
But the thing is, when you get 2 great teams playing against each other, it's going to come down to a handful of plays that will decide a football game. And in this game, the New England Patriots just made more plays. It's not like the Atlanta Falcons didn't make plays. Julio Jones coming up with a beautiful sideline catch, you know, on a very well thrown ball by Matty Ice. And if that ball was thrown 2 inches lower, it's an interception. So the Atlanta Falcons made a lot of plays. It's just that the New England Patriots made more plays. The catch by Julian Edelman could be the best catch in Super Bowl history. That's really what won them the game.
Actually, I have to interrupt you, Pierre. Julian Edelman, I'm like Kanye West. I mean, I'm going to let you finish. Julian Edelman, yeah, you had a great catch, but everyone knows that Montana to Taylor, you know, in 1988, that was the greatest throw and catch in Super Bowl history. But I digress. You can finish now, my good sir.
And I didn't even give the credit to Tom Brady on that one. That was all Julian Edelman. I actually thought that ball was going to be intercepted, and just the effort of 11 on that play to keep his hands underneath the ball, the focus, the concentration, to keep his eyes on the ball, to bring the ball in. I mean, that was a game-saving play by Julian Edelman. So it's plays like that really kept the New England Patriots in the game and eventually led to them winning. And the real turning point for the Patriots, after that great catch that I alluded to earlier by Julio Jones, the Falcons came out on first down, ran the ball, loss of 3. On second down, they drop back to pass and they get a sack. And, you know, they're in danger of being taken out of field goal range. And then on third down, they shoot themselves in the foot with a holding penalty that definitely takes them out of field goal range. And then on third down, replayed, then Matty Ice misses a receiver to the outside and they have to punt. That saves the game for the New England Patriots. And just as we talked about last week, Matt Patricia does a heck of a job with game planning. And we all knew that he would be the difference. This Patriot defense would be the difference. The number 1 ranked defense in scoring in the NFL would have to come up big. Think about how many times you heard Julio Jones' name the entire game, Daimeon. Bill Belichick is not going to let stars beat him. You're going to have to beat him with someone